Alright guys, this is Steve here with the Recycle Bin. Kind of taking a little look at the village, kind of doing my own little solo thing today. As you can see, we've gotten a little bit of upgrades and little changes and whatnot, and we're kind of working on some industrial diamonds here, a little setup with that. One thing that I want to kind of go through is we've been kind of using a little bit of energy and wanted to kind of take a look at ways of kind of managing ourselves and kind of not really managing ourselves. That's a wrong word. Kind of enjoying the gluttony of geothermal that we've come to love. Actually, we all kind of really like using it. It's kind of got a good feel for what we use and whatnot, and yeah. So what we were kind of faced with was coming up with a way of powering everything and whatnot, and kind of how do we keep the lava coming in without draining all the lava pools below us and end up having these massive things. And what we ended up coming up with was brainstorming one night. We were like, there's gotta be a way, there should be a way that we can take the lava from the nether and move that over here. And we were like, and come on, we got to think of something. We got to think of something here. So what we ended up coming up with was a bit of a jerry rig here and kind of an interesting setup. So what you see now is our lava tank. This is 6.27 million lava. We have one here that's going to pump our creosote from the coal coke oven, and we've got one set up for water. We've got an isolate thing here. And this is what we've come up with. What we end up doing is we've got a couple of ender chests set up. One for a return and one for ascending. Basically, we've got a liquid transposer here. You can see we've got lava cells in it. What's happening here is this sends an empty cell out. It goes into this. We have a mirror set up in the nether that basically fills that lava cell up, plops it into this chest, that then gets pumped out and sent in and basically restored back into the liquid transposer. Let's see if we can get one showing. The way this works is, looks like actually it's turned off over there. The way it works is we have a quarry in the nether, sitting in the nether, keeping that chunk loaded, because we haven't found a way, honestly, of keeping any chunk loader or the world anchors, keeping those chunks loaded across dimensions. And from what we've heard, it's kind of iffy. But the quarry seems to be the key to this. We're not using the quarry for anything other than just loading that chunk. So what that does is basically allows us to keep running so long as we're on the server and whatnot, and this chunk is loaded, which it does quite frequently. But yeah, so basically the liquid transposer, cells come in, liquid transposer then, as you can see, it pumps the lava out of the cell and then pumps it into the tank. What we've got is at the bottom of the tank, we have just a redstone engine here, so long as I don't step on that. Redstone engine, and basically pumping the lava out. We have a bank of geothermal set up to 2 MFSUs, holding 10 million EU each. So basically we have our then power distribution out to everywhere. So let's go take a look at that real quick. We will fly up here with the handy dandy jetpack. This is all a bit of a mess back here. We need to get our extractor moved and our rolling machine. We're still kind of setting everything up. But it pumps out, it goes underground, and it comes down over to here. And in here, this is where we've got those geothermals. So we can see the lava's coming in. We've got our bank of geothermals all coming in. Basically, we have 2 MFSUs. We'd like to plan to have more, so we have a lot more energy storage. But as you can see, we're definitely full already on these. So, and this then, as you can see with the glass fiber cable, this is all leading back out into various other areas. So, as you can, if we follow this, this leads out to, I think, where does that one go? That one looks like it goes to where we're working on the diamonds. We end up having, I think we have one that goes over to Ryder's house, one that goes over to Tim's house, one that leads over to my place, and yeah, so it kind of all works out that way. Alright, so let's go take a look at this on the nether side so you can see kind of what's going on there, and I can get it turned back on from that. Alright, so here we are in the nether. This was our blaze spawner. We ended up using this. We used the portal gun that we did move the other zombie and skeleton farm out of for the kill zone there. Moved it to here, turned this into a bit of a blaze killing system here. This is actually based on Etho's design. It worked out really well, but we used it basically to fill a soul shard, which then we allowed to move the blaze spawner into the overworld, so we don't have to keep coming here. It was a very handy mechanism. So where's our stairwell? There it is. And we just kind of jump down this way. So as you can see, I've got a little waypoint here because we were trying to make sure this way leads to our stronghold. So this is our little nether hub. We'll work on that. Down this way is where our pumping station is. So as we come out this way, hopefully there's no gas going to be shooting at me. You can kind of see the quarry system here. But as you see, it's just the quarry's just sitting here. It's not doing anything. It's just sitting here keeping the chunks loaded. And sure enough, this is all turned off. So we'll go ahead and turn this on. And do that. And we'll get the pump going. So we've got a pump basically pumping lava into a geothermal here, which then gives us power for the electric engines that we're using for that. And as you can see, the liquid transposer got the empty cells. It is now pumping the full cells into the red chest. We have an extra pipe here. We initially started this out using lava buckets. And we found that the lava buckets kept, as if something happened and the chunk didn't load properly, the lava buckets would end up falling out of the chest and pipes, so we used the obsidian pipes to pull it back in. Swapping to the cells actually seemed to be a much better choice for really working on this. And just keeping that, really we haven't even just haven't broken them off to reuse them elsewhere. We haven't had the need. But as you can see, this is filling up. It fills up with the lava from the pump. The pump then pumps it in, puts it in a cell. The cell then gets shot out. As you can see, it's just sitting here, building up. I think I turned it off on the other side. But yeah, that's about it. I've got a little bit better test setup in Creative World, so you can kind of see them running side by side. I'm gonna go check on the regular overworld, make sure this is running again. But yeah, when I get back, we'll be in the Creative World, and we'll take a look at it then. Okay, guys. So here we are. We're sitting in my Creative World, just kind of a little flat sandstone test world I have. Basically, this is the setup. It's basically a mirror of each other, but just to give a kind of idea how this works and how to build it and whatnot. So this is going to be our lava source and our pump. Obviously, I'm kind of using the redstone and whatnot, but a pump right here, drilling down, letting it hit the lava lake, whatnot, kind of simulates that. When we start pumping the lava in, it'll start filling the reservoir here. We can see that I already had some set up in this. So then what we're going to do is basically we need to power this setup. So over here, got just a geothermal. I've just got some lava cells in that, just kind of performing that mechanism, that setup. We could totally have the lava cells being pumped back into this or whatnot, or just having the pump the lava right into it. It's not a big deal either way. Just a low voltage transformer, electric engine. So we're going to go ahead and turn that on. So that's going to start building up its power, doing its thing. Alright, so what we've got here, we've got the gray ender chest that I'm using here, and I just color coded it gray and red, so empty lava. So what we'll do is we switch this lever on, it's going to start pumping out. The diamond pipe then is set. As you can see, I've got buckets in there right now. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to set this up so it has the lava cell here. We'll just only need one of those. So we're going to white, empty cells going in. Red, we'll end up having the full lava cell coming back out of it. And then we'll make sure we do the same thing on this side, which I've already done. So surprising I didn't do that on the other side. I just have levers in there just for the heck of it. It's a good habit, I think, to put something that's never going to go through the other lines, just to make sure that stuff doesn't get backtracked or sent the wrong way. It's just a habit I've had since using this in the original Tekkit with Buildcraft and whatnot, and it's been a long while since then. Anyway, so we'll go ahead and swap this this engine, get this going, and we'll start watching this work. So it should start sending this out. Make sure I did have cells in there. Yes, 62 or so. Okay, so there we go. We are seeing it. Yes, so it is pumping out. Speaking of which, while we wait for this to do its thing, I did find out what the problem was with the other one. It wasn't that I had to turn it on. Ryder and Tim decided, hey, we're going to both go off and start, after we killed the Ender Dragon out, we're going to start getting our situation set up there and get a little base set up and base camp going. So there was nobody loaded in that chunk. And as you saw, the cells then built up and just sat in that unloaded chunk's chest because it wasn't being used. And as we could see, the empty ones are coming in, filled ones are now going out. I understand that I could make this a little faster with the gold pipes, but the gold pipes have not, they're wonky now with this newest update with this. They don't seem to be going nearly as fast as they used to be, and with the redstone signal, it doesn't seem to really change either way. Just something I've noticed, so as of right now, I'm just kind of letting it use the stone or cobblestone pipe and just kind of go at the normal speed. But as we can see, as we open this one up, they start stacking up just kind of like what we saw before. So what we'll do is we will go ahead and get this powered up. One thing I did find out is basically to input or output lava out of this, you do not need to have any type of engine or anything like that pumping out of it. Probably we don't have anything pulling anything out of it. It just automatically sends it out as well. So it was kind of nice. We have the same geothermal transformer electric engine set up here to supply power to this liquid transposer. And we'll go ahead and swap this on so it starts pumping the cells out of this one. And basically what will happen is as this one drains the lava, it will basically fill in here. It's really simple, really kind of straightforward. It works so long as you have the chunk loaded in the nether or whatnot, things like that. So it was really kind of handy to have that available to us. And being that there's so much lava in the nether, really, there's no other real use that you could use for it. I mean, yes, I know we could do a magma crucible and convert the cobblestone into the lava that way or use something else. But really, we end up using a lot of stone bricks in our personal builds, and Tim really likes that kind of style. I end up using cobblestone a lot in my builds, especially for, like, as you saw in the blacksmith, that's a heavy cobblestone and heavy stone brick kind of feel. I like that kind of look for some of the industrial buildings, some of what you would consider a blacksmith, things like that. So we really didn't want to waste the cobblestone because really right now we don't have a quarry going. We don't really have anything else being used. Our only quarry that we've made is being used as a chunk loader in the nether. We're working on getting the second one up, and we might end up throwing a magma crucible in or something like that later on. But yeah, that's really about it. There's not much to this. This is super simple, super easy. I was actually honestly surprised that it worked as easy as this was. The hardest part of building this entire setup, the entire thing, was finding the Enderman for the Ender chests for the pearls. That was the hardest part of it. And honestly, now that we've done that, now that we've gone and killed the Ender Dragon, really, that's really, not an issue now. So, I mean, if you've already opened up the end in your world for this or whatnot, and you have an easy access to Ender Pearls, this is a really, really simple way, and it did not take a lot of materials. I mean, this was mind-boggling, very easy. Really, the most investment that we had in this was the tin for the cells. And the nice thing is with this liquid transposer is it does not destroy the cells like you've seen in some of the others, like especially the geothermal. If you were to pump the cells into the geothermal, you lost the cell. So now, this way we could pump the lava, extract the lava out of the cell, reuse the cell, keep that resource, so we're not wasting it and not losing it and destroying it completely and end up, generating just as much out of it. Anyway, once again, this has been Steve from the Recycle Bin, sorry. Once again, hopefully we'll get this video out, get the other two for the, we gotta get the Wither Boss fight out, and we need to get the Ender Dragon fight up. Get both of those up for you guys. We have, hopefully, I think I figured out how to recover the lost footage as well for our Wither Skeleton Hunt episode as well. So hopefully we can get that up too. Got a lot of episodes coming out here soon. So until next time, see you then.